Hello and welcome to another YouTube video. As you might tell, I am speaking in English, but my channel started in Norwegian. Let me just fix this camera. And the reason for that is because I don't know why, but I have some subscribers that are not from Norway, and I have some followers on Instagram that are not from Norway, and a few of them have told me that they want me to do it in English. And since most Norwegians understand English, unless you've been living under a rock and not gone to school, then I thought it would be better to just do it in English. And yeah, today I want to talk about something that has been battling with my head since it happened, and that's quitting an agency, a social media marketing agency that was doing 300,000 kroner a month at the peak, and just quitting it. So you might wonder why, and I want to share this with you because you might be running an agency, you might be thinking of running an agency, or you just might be interested in understanding why I quit something that was making me quite a lot of money. Now, I want to just give you a brief story of my entrepreneurial journey. I started a clothing brand in 2016, and until 2019, so for 2016 to 2019, I just tried different stuff and failed and didn't really seek any help. And that's when I first started seeking help, was when I was really lost. It was in it was when I was russ in Norwegian. In Norway, we have something called russ, so it's the last semester of high school. We have this celebration, we go party and stuff, and that's when I actually did the opposite of what most people do. So instead of thinking about only partying, of course I went partying. I'm not like I'm not against it. I thought it was really fun, but I didn't do as much as the other people, and that was because my headspace was in a different place. I actually wanted to start another business and finally go at it, because I knew when I was done with my semester, done with high school, I wanted to pursue my entrepreneurial goals. And I got over something called social media marketing agency, and I didn't know anything about it. I just knew that it evolved around helping other businesses with their marketing. And a lot of people on YouTube were saying like, it's so easy, you just, if you know social media, then you can offer your service to older people that maybe run restaurants and stuff. And that's exactly what I did. I actually started calling restaurants after high school, so in summer 2019, and I got my first client. And I ran my agency for 7 months, working with restaurants, and I actually had a chiropractor as well. But I didn't really manage to get any results. I think I did like 60,000 kroner in total in those 7 months, which is not a lot, but I had like 48 or something, 50 something thousand kroner in profit. And then Corona hit, and I couldn't really work with the restaurants because they shut down, of course. So I spent all of that money, all of that 50,000 in a course, a program to learn Facebook advertising for e-commerce brands, because I understood that people who sell stuff online, they're not really restricted because of COVID. They can still sell online, and a lot of people were spending money online, and actually e-commerce actually exploded after COVID-19. And so I got my first client. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was still learning, and I managed to get some results, and then I just got more and more clients, and it came to a point in summer 2020, where I actually hit my first 100,000 kroner a month with my agency, which was really cool. I was still living at home, and I couldn't really manage to push through that because I was still living at home, and yeah, there was nothing that really inspired me to do anything more, because, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, but I didn't really feel like I needed to push anything further because I was already doing better than most people around my neighborhood or in that area. So I just felt like I had to get out of my room, because I was associating my bedroom with like when I was 12 years old. So it didn't really make sense to scale a business from 100K to like 300K in my old bedroom. So I moved to Oslo in March 2021. And when I moved there, it really took off, and I went from 100K a month to 300, and I think the best one was 350K a month. But then in summer, I asked myself the question, is this something I want to do for 3 years? Because I understood that if I want to do this for a long time, I probably have to build a big business that's going to take a lot of my time. So fast forward, and of course there was a lot of other stuff that I thought about, but I quit my agency like late summer. And it was a really hard choice because it was making me a lot of money. It was my baby for 2 years. But I think it was the right decision because in 2020 May, I started Vivo, which is an e-commerce brand where we sell blue light blocking glasses with a friend called Henrik. And that really took off as well. And I started understanding more about like how to succeed with an e-commerce business. And I just disliked the marketing agency way of helping businesses, because you only help with, let's say, Facebook ads or Instagram ads or ads, but you don't really help with the process, which means that if the process or something in the process has a bottleneck or it doesn't work, then why should you spend money on an agency and also spend money on the marketing budget to promote something that already has something holding it back? So I wanted to start something called Netthandel Akademi, where we help with the whole process based on all the clients that we learn a lot of marketing in. We work with over 30 clients, and because of the stuff that I learned from running Vivo, we also started different e-commerce brands. So it was a mixture of me not wanting to run this business because I didn't feel like it was something I wanted to do like deep inside. I didn't really feel like we were making that much of a change to a business, even though we were scaling businesses with just the marketing stuff. But I just thought there was something missing. So now, fast forward, I run a couple of e-commerce brands and I have an e-commerce academy where we help with the whole process, which I feel like is much more aligned with what I want to do. I want to help like with everything. I don't just want to help with like just the marketing. And I'm not saying running an agency is bad at all. It's a great business model to make money, and it can also be very helpful for the clients that you actually work with. But for me, it wasn't really something I wanted to do for a long time, so I quit it. And then the reason I'm making this video is to share like the feelings you might have if you do something similar, because after I quit it, it was like, where's my salary gonna come from? Of course I can take money out of the money that I saved up. I made quite a lot of money from my agency, but I don't really want to take away from something that doesn't have a cash flow. So with the Vivo, we obviously took out some salary, but it wasn't that much because we always have to reinvest. The academy is also not something we're scaling because we want to make sure that we do it gradually. We don't just take in anybody. So there's not really a lot of money to take out of that. So really, I really went from having a standard of like a good salary and making a lot of money profit every month and everything was good and great to like, where do I get my money now? But I understood that it's fine because I'm building something for the future, and it's not always about the money right now. Actually, I don't really care about money. It's about the freedom I have, and the freedom I have is similar. It's even more because now I'm not enslaved to all the clients that I had with my agency. I'm very free because I can wake up and I can just work on the stuff that's going to build up for the future. Of course, I have to deliver on the stuff that I'm supposed to deliver on in the academy and also Vivo, but I don't have clients calling me all the time and asking me what's going on with the ads and stuff. So it's much more freeing. And I think that as an entrepreneur, you should always seek the freedom and also the work you're doing. Are you enjoying the work? Do you like what you're building? So yeah, but I still had to battle with myself because in terms of the money, I went from making a lot of money to not as much money like right now, but I know we'll make whole lot more money in the long run. And another thing is, and then the last thing I want to mention is, I think when you start something new, if it's a business, then you should have a reason why you started. And for me, when I started my agency, it was because I haven't succeeded with any businesses. I've started a lot of stuff, but I didn't succeed. So I was so hungry to succeed and get that first 100,000 kroner a month. That was the only thing I wanted out of that business. I wanted to show myself that it's possible so that I can continue on this path, because the alternative was maybe studying, which I really didn't want to do. So I just wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. And within 1 year and then 2 years, I really proved myself that me as a person and everybody else as human beings are capable of doing so much that we can't even imagine. And now I have, like, I just know that I want to build businesses for the rest of my life. And I think that's good enough. So I don't need to make that money that I did with the agency now, as long as I know that I found out what I want to do with my life, which is worth so much more. So this is just a reflection on, yeah, my little journey and why I quit something that was making me a lot of money. Because there's always two sides of stuff. If you just hear about me quitting that business that was doing that much money, you're like, oh, that's stupid because you could have made a lot of money. Yeah, on one side, maybe it is because I'm not making the same type of money from that. But on the other side, I'm doing it because it was a reason why I quit it. And now I'm building something that's going to make me a whole lot more money in the future. And then at the same time, it's not about the money. It's about what journey you're on, who you're with on that journey, and the freedom you have. Because my goal with entrepreneurship is, first of all, building cool stuff and helping a lot of people, but also the freedom that I can wake up every day and work on exactly what I want to work on with cool people. And then, of course, the money is a byproduct of that. And I felt like the agency was a lot of money chasing new deals and stuff. But again, if you want to start an agency, don't let this hold you back, but understand why you're doing it, and try to figure out if you want to do it for a lot of years, or if this is just like a springboard onto the next thing, which it was for me. I did it for 2 years. I made my money. I learned the stuff I needed to build the other stuff that I'm building now. So I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed the YouTube video, and I hope you got some reflections out of it. So yeah, I want to use this YouTube channel as like place where you can go and learn from my mistakes and learn from my reflections and what I've accomplished in my young age, because I've had a lot of ups and downs. I don't have perfect days every day, but I think that if we all can share with each other our experiences, then we can prevent fucking up, because we learn from other people. So yeah, I hope you had a good one in this video, and I will see you in the next one.